What's up, guys? Welcome back to VBD's podcast. Here we have DimeMeQ here, you know, the YouTuber.
Hey everyone.
You know, the man. If you want to introduce yourself, you can go ahead.
I'm DimeMeQ. If you've never heard of me, I make Roblox football videos and I play every position, or at least most of them. So you've probably seen me playing a couple different positions, but yeah, I mean, you probably know who I am. No ego.
Yeah. Okay, so my first question for you, DimeMeQ, is before we jump into LFG, what was your content looking like before you played LFG, or was it like kind of the same thing?
Not gonna lie, a lot of it was public videos. Before I start, like, I was always playing leagues when I was always playing leagues, like, when I was doing YouTube. Like, I started playing leagues way before I started doing YouTube, but I never actually made it a point of my channel until, like, I would say, like, I want to say like a year into it, I like made it like one of the main points of my channel, which obviously has done great work for me. But yeah, a lot of it was like comeback videos in public, stuff like that, like just doing challenges with my friends, like a bunch of chill stuff like that. And then I think I introduced the LFG series in like season 5, which is just a long time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's basically how it started off, and then that just became like a staple of my channel pretty quickly.
Okay, so my other question is, before joining LFG and doing those videos, how was your YouTube view flow? Like, how was the views looking like her?
I mean, obviously at the time I wasn't very popular.
Right.
I want to say when I started posting LFG videos, I was probably around, I don't know, maybe like 4,000 subscribers. Like, not that many, but
right.
I mean, I was doing okay.
Okay, so since you're talking about season 5, I want to talk about your game against the Bengals as you played for the Steelers. How was your overall feeling winning that? Well, that was, I assume that was your first LFG game. Or
wait, is that? I don't even remember my first LFG game.
Oh, yeah, that was the first one you published. Yeah.
Was it? Oh my god.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah, Bengals versus Steelers.
Yeah, I was playing with Marcus. I know that, but I don't remember the game all that much. Yeah, I mean, I started off playing for some pretty decent teams. I mean, now looking at that Bengals game, we kind of killed those guys.
Oh yeah.
We won by a pretty sizable amount. Yeah, we won by like I think 39.
Yeah, it was I mean, that whole season 5 was just dominating. Like especially season week 2, week 3 until week 4 when you faced off against, who was that? I know it was the Panthers, but I don't know who was the QB for them. But it was to clinch you for a D1 spot.
I think that was Sparkle. I think that was Daniel.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, you're just dominating Canada.
No, Jamal.
Oh, Jamal. Okay. Yeah, because that whole season 5, like, that was just dominating. Like, when I was watching those, I was like, holy, bro, I didn't expect that. Okay.
That was my that was the game I left. I found the timestamp exactly. If you go to 9 minutes, I don't know if you want to put it on screen or not, but
yeah, well.
The reason I left that team is because Marcus literally could
Marcus
over Cosmo. I mean, I'm standing on the right sideline with no one within 30 yards of me, and he throws a 2-on-1 deep ball to Cosmo because he's obviously screaming.
Okay, so that's what I was guessing. So that's why you switched to Detroit Lions?
Yeah, that's why I went to Chase. I mean, look, I was on a team, we were doing okay, but was that a team that was going to win the Super Bowl or even make a playoff push, like a good one? Not really. When you get an offer to go to a stacked team like Chase the Camel, you take it. No matter how little you get the ball. Like, I think I got maybe a couple catches a game. I know in my first game with them I had like 2 ints, but I didn't really get passes on offense. And I was fine with that because we were winning games. I got an offer to a really good team and I took it.
Right. So do you say that everybody should do that, or?
I mean, really, look, it depends on how you're feeling. Like, I loved playing with Marcus, but in my situation, it was unbearable to play with Cosmo just because, I mean, you can't get a word out over him. So even if you're open, Marcus isn't going to hear you, and the only way he's going to throw the ball is if he sees you. So in that situation, it seemed correct because, look, I wasn't happy in my current situation, and then I got an offer to go play for an elite team, so it seemed like the right call taking it.
Right. So talking about winning games, I'm fast forwarding all the way to new gen era of LFG in season 28. What did you guys have to do through? Wait, what did you guys have to do during
Is
that
that my Final
season?
Four run?
Yeah. I just want to know what you guys have to do during that season to make playoffs.
It was a lot of playing. Okay, after my first season at QB, where a lot of people doubted me. I mean, I don't know if you were around then, but
Right.
during my first season, a lot of people said I wouldn't even make it out of D2.
Mm.
Like, there were countless people that said, "Oh yeah, this guy sucks at QB. There's no chance he makes it even to D1. And if he does make it to D1, he's gonna be a bottom feeder." And obviously, I proved them all wrong. I went 11-1 and made the playoffs in my first season. We don't talk about me getting my ass kicked by Wooga in that first round, but the next season, I feel like people started to realize, once again, still not just a content creator, I can be competitive. So, yeah, that season, I got a really good team, and I used that opportunity, and I put the work in, and I balled out. I mean, I had I think like 95 touchdowns to like 20 ins, and only my second season, which pretty solid if you ask me.
Yeah, pretty solid. So I want to ask, why you went against Chase in that Peach Bowl in season 28? Were you nervous, or like how did you feel during that game?
I feel like I mean, this may sound nerdy of me, but when I go into games, like, I mean, now I'm not really nervous because I've been doing it for so long, but like in that game when it's like the Elite Eight, we kept it close with this team in the regular season, although we should have beaten them because Pab dropped 2 tight end JPs in a row per game. But yeah, we knew we had a chance to beat these guys. We played them in the last series of the regular season. I was having a good season at QB. I trusted our offense. Even though our team kind of fell apart before playoffs, I managed to snag a couple pieces, and my MLB even demanded in the middle of the playoffs. So we had to overcome a lot to make that Final Four, but ended up just working through it. No excuses, played our game, and I think I threw a perfect game or something like that. Like it was like close to that. I know I didn't throw any ins, but yeah, it was a fun game. Chase kept it close. I made a good game adjustment mid game that actually helped us win. I think Chase only threw 1 interception, and that interception was because of a mid game adjustment I made. I told Pancakes to stick on the fold more because he wasn't really taking his checkdowns at that moment, and he was more looking for that fold. So I told Pancakes, even if there's an open check down in front of you, stay on the fold for longer, and it ended up working out because Pancakes made I mean, it sounds brainless to leave something wide open, but then again, when you're playing against a good QB like Chase, they expect you to play smart. So if you play like a dumbass, sometimes it actually works out in your favor. So I told him just stick the fold and ignore the check down, and Chase tried to pre-fire him, and obviously Pancakes didn't drop, and it helped us get our only interception of the game, which ultimately helped us win.
Right. So I feel that. So I also want to talk about going forward to round 3, going against Atrupt in that intense Rose Bowl. How did you go into that game knowing that you just beat Chase in the second round?
Hey man, we were feeling confident, you know. We put our skill on display. We put the league on notice. Nobody had us winning that game, even though we were the higher seed. We were still the underdogs. I mean, but that's what we were used to. So can't say I was surprised, but yeah, I mean, we felt well prepared. I didn't get as much warm up as I'd like because I was at a birthday dinner for my stepsister, so I got home pretty late. But I got home in time, probably I think with like 45 minutes till game time. So I actually had them watching film on them before I even got home. So I had my team doing tasks before I even stepped in my house. But yeah, I had them watching film before I got home, and then when it came to me getting home, we watched a bit of film before the game and did some labbing, and yeah. But game obviously didn't go how we wanted it to. Mustafa, bit of a choke job, but I mean, it happens. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, definitely.
It happens, but it's whatever.
Yeah, definitely. So, do you think that loss affected you in a bad way, or like, did you like learn something from it, or?
definitely didn't affect me in a bad way. I think it just more so. I think it proved that I could win at at basically any position I was put at. I mean, I switched from I receivered for every season before that, other than that like season 18 where I missed the playoffs because my team decided they didn't want to catch the ball no more. But I mean, look, I switched from receiving out of like with no one expecting it. I started in the depths of D4, and in my second season, I went to a Final Four at QB. Definitely didn't affect me negatively, that loss. I mean, we went further than anybody expected us to. I mean, just a season ago, people were saying I wasn't even going to make it out of D2, and now I was in the Final Four at QB. I mean, I think it just proved that, I mean, I can realistically perform at any position I'm put at.
Okay, so do you think those I guess those doubters, do you think that really helped you in your QB career?
I mean, it felt nice proving them wrong, but it didn't really help me. I mean, look, nobody knows your capabilities better than yourself, and I know what I'm capable of. And going into that season, I know I'm a smart QB. I knew I had the IQ, and I knew I had what it takes to win games. So all I had to do was like get used to the mechanics, and that's what I said in my first season when people were doubting me. I was like, I know I have the IQ. I just need some time to adjust to the levels as I move up in the divisions, because obviously each division gets significantly harder as you move up. So I just needed some time to adjust, and obviously that little end of season and that playoff experience at QB followed by an entire regular season of playing in D1 really helped me adjust, and ended up being able to put it all together and make a run to the Final Four.
Yeah, that was a good Final Four run. So I want to talk about your All Pros or your All Teams or whatever. So back in season 23, I don't think that was not your first All Pro, but I want to talk like how was that on the Gators, like, you know?
I mean, it was nice. I mean, I played really well. I mean, H-Rupt is a great-ass quarterback, and he was good at finding me. I found myself wide open a lot of the time because, I mean, I have really good routing. So, I mean, I have good mags and good routing. Never proclaimed to be a dogger, but my routing is what's basically been carrying me throughout my receiver days. But, yeah, H-Rupt did a great job that season. I mean, we were the 1 seed. There was no chance we should have lost that game. I mean, that game was realistically on LY Chicago. He dropped, I think, 2 to 3 touchdowns. As a 1 seed, you can't be putting up 14 points in a playoff game and expecting to win. Gimmy's defense, I guess, just held us. I mean, obviously, in that game, I didn't really do much. I didn't have any catch. I think I had 2 catches for like 20 yards, but it's not like I was a non-impact. I was double covered a lot of the game, and I was dragging for Chicago, who still had like 150 yards as my sideline receiver, and he would have had more if he like caught those touchdowns. But yeah, I mean, overall that team was pretty good. We could have easily made a run had those drops not happened, but once again, stuff happens.
What do you have to say to the people that don't think you're ever going to make a Legendary Bowl?
I know so far I've proven you guys right, but I should make one at some point. I'm optimistic. I know it's been 33 seasons, but I should make one at some point. I know I have the skill too, but yeah, I just got to put it all together and make a little run at it, and hopefully good things will happen. I'm optimistic.
Okay, so I mean, that was really my last question. Is there anything you want to say or mention?
Honestly, no. I mean, I was surprised more with you going all the way back to season 5. That shocked me. I had like a shocked look on my face when you said going back to season 5. I was like, bro, I don't even remember that.
Yeah, I mean, we do a lot. We really do a lot to study these all the people that we get on here. So
I totally forgot about that season.
Yeah, I mean, it's a very old season. I mean, season 5. That's just like what, 3 years ago.
Probably around that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe 4 at this point. Actually.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you for taking your time to talk to me and doing this podcast. I really hope you had a great time on here. And see you guys next time.